What is up, guys? Welcome to another video on Useless Builds. Today I'm going to work on the BMW. It is a complete disaster. It's covered in parts and junk. Kind of embarrassed for letting it get to this point, but I do want to take a moment to say I appreciate everybody that's liked and subscribed over the past week. I've been doing a challenge. I've been trying to upload a video every day, and it's been going pretty good. Been getting good feedback from YouTube, so I'm going to continue that process and try to continue to upload a video every single day as long as I can, and you know, keep the viewers happy. You guys seem to get good feedback off of it. You guys like the videos. You guys are commenting on them, which, you know, my past videos haven't been getting that many comments, but since I've started uploading daily, it's been going a little crazy. So I'm going to continue that. But today's video, we'll work on the BMW. I'm going to clean all this stuff off, and then we'll get started on pulling the engine. I got this motor that I've been doing a turbo build on, and I want to put this engine in this car. This is actually out of an E46. Obviously this is the E46, so give me a second to clean this up and then we'll be right back. So I got the engine bay cleaned out finally. So now we got some things to do. I got to pop the starter off. I want to get all the top bolts off the bell housing. Super easy to do when the intake manifold is off, but the cylinder head is the only thing I think that's any good on this motor. I got to pull the head off of this and probably scrap the block, but I'll probably do in a future video, I'll do a teardown on this motor to see what happens. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that video on what actually happened to this motor. It got rod knocked and then eventually locked up, so we're gonna pull it apart and see what's wrong with it. But for now, I got some stuff I need to undo. We got motor mounts. I got to undo the header down there. I got to do all the transmission bolts or the bell housing bolts, and one power steering line. That's all that's holding this in. Everything else is already out. Alright, so we got the header undone here. I'm probably going to post this exhaust for sale because it won't be worth anything to me anymore since it's a dual pipe. This is the M3 exhaust with headers. It won't be any good to me anymore because with the turbo manifold I'm going to have to run a single pipe, and then I'll have to run a single pipe probably all the way back. So all this effort that I put into this exhaust will be worthless, but I'm sure someone will want it. So we got the header undone. Now I got to do, and I dropped the trans mount too, so the transmission is just kind of floating here. You can just move it up and down. I got to do the bolts on the bottom of the bell housing, and I want to get the ones up on the sides of the transmission that are hard to get to, and then I'll get the rest of them from up above. Alright, so I got one bolt left. I got to lift the engine up off the mounts and pull it forward a little bit because it's against the firewall. So that's what I'm doing right now. This is our first mount. These are Condor mounts, by the way. If you ever run Delrin mounts or solid mounts, make sure you get the offset bolts. So these are staggered. That means the bolt's not solid all the way through. What happens when you get these Delrin or solid mounts and you get a single bolt all the way through, that bolt just snaps. And then the mount is completely useless. It'll completely lift up and down. You want to get staggered ones that are like this, so you don't have to worry about that ever happening. car. Engine no longer in the car. Here's my Group 4 Stage 2 clutch with the chrome ollie flywheel. I got to transfer over to this engine. And I got to transfer over a bunch of stuff, but for the most part we got it out, and that's what the goal was. Happy. So, if anybody's looking for a set of headers with a full M3 exhaust, hit me up. I'm going to be getting rid of those. I have no need for them anymore. Oh, I'll probably keep my O2 sensors though. Here's our box of all the turbo parts I got to use. I'm going to put this turbo motor in here, figure out if it's going to even fit. I may have to get rid of like all my little box over there and everything for space, and probably get rid of all the AC. This is just a drift car. I don't need air conditioning on it. So yeah, motor's pulled out. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see the next video I'm going to do. We're going to tear this motor down and see where the failure point was. Like I said, the motor was running good. It got knocked. Drove it around with the knock just for curiosity to see what would happen, and then one morning I started it up just to let it warm up, and it just seized up on startup. So I didn't really care for this motor anyways because I already have that one. But now that I've got everything, I may end up swapping the cylinder head on this one over to that motor. I don't know yet. I'll have to figure out and see what I want to do. Going to be a long process, but hopefully I get done with this before the end of summer, because my poor car has been just sitting here in the garage like this forever. I at the very least want to get the motor in there, get everything mounted up, and get the car out of the garage so I can actually use my garage again, because it's not fun not having a garage. But sorry, I'm ranting on. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We're going to be tearing this one down in the next video. Look guys, it's got a crate motor swap. Or a tote motor. Or a tote. Oh man.